Hey guys, Jackson, Free Auto Mechanic. Today we're going to be looking at our Chevy Silverado, specifically our seat. Uh, Let me show you what I'm looking at here. So you can see pretty unsightly tear. It's been coming on for a while. Uh, I mean, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Every time you get in and out, I rub against this, and 150,000 miles of wear. It's time for it to go. So I did happen to order a new one. This came in the box today. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. The color looks pretty close to exact, and I'm told that these are form fitted, so it's supposed to fit exactly like the factory one. So we'll see. So looks pretty nice. I'll put a link down below uh, to getting one if you want to get one for yourself. So next step's going to be getting the old one off, and first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to take the entire seat assembly out. This entire assembly needs to come out. We're going to start with taking the Torx head, Torx 10. We're going to take these 5 out. Then we're going to pull this cover off, and then we'll take the 4 bolts that are holding the seat to the floor. And then same on the back. We got one here. And if you look, it kind of looks like a funny star shape, but just a regular socket. I think it's a 15 millimeter will fit it just fine. All right, so I ended up switching locations. I had to get a different size socket than what I had at the house. And I looked into these bolts a little further. You can get away with using an 11 millimeter to take the rear bolts out, or an E14, which is what it's actually supposed to be. I don't know if you can see that up close there. There's the actual size, it's an E14 that actually fits that. You can use your 11 millimeter, it's not going to hurt it. However, the front bolts ended up being much larger, and they require an E20. It'll take an E20, which is quite a bit bigger, or you can use a 15 millimeter. Both will work and do the job. The E20 and the E14 are what are supposed to be used, but if you don't have one, then you got to use what you got. Show you. Right here's the bolts. Like I showed you earlier. You can see how they're kind of funny looking, but just an E20 or 15 millimeter. We'll take both them out. And once you get your final bolt loose, you should be able to remove the whole assembly from the vehicle. However, you want to make sure that you disconnect the electrical plug in the back. So we want to get the electrical plug in the back. Sometimes you'll find a cover over top, sometimes you won't. If there is, you need to remove it. You should be able to just pinch and pull, and we're good. Now we should be able to just lift the seat out. Now all we got to do is take it over to our workbench where we can work on it. Or we can try and tear it apart right here. So now I've got it turned over. on its side. I want you to see this bolt here, or nut, and this nut down here. I'm going to take those two loose, and then on the back part of it, you can almost see it slotted. Once I take the other two loose, I should be able to slide that back and pop that loose. Same thing on the bottom down here. So a couple of 13mm bolts to take those loose. And that pops loose. And I can slide that forward, that forward. And this will pop off if you need it to. I don't know that you really need to take this loose, but it's off. So now everything's kind of freed up. And like I was showing you before, we slid the bottom pieces out, so that frees this whole cushion. So now if you got electronics, you can make yourself a template. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use these 10 snips. I'm going to see if I can cut through this. So now we've got a template that we need. We can lay the cover over it. And once you get her vacuumed up enough to where you're happy, then you can set your seat back into place. Now once you get the seat bolts on, then you want to make sure you put your covers back in place. If you had one of these covers, it'll snap in just like that. And your other one just sets over top of the bolt. Now that we've got that done, you can adjust your seat, set it back to where you think it might go. Maybe take a look and admire how it looks. I'm going to say this looks fantastic compared to what it did look with a big tear right through here. So I'm gonna say I'm pretty pleased with this. If you'd like to get one for yourself, again, I'll put a link down below. But yeah, I wished I would have known about these seat covers about 30,000 miles ago. This has been an unsightly sore eye for me for a long time. I'm real happy with this. Hey, thanks for watching.